Hi everyone, I hope you're all well today. I just had a rather lovely encounter with another person. This is going to sound a little odd, but where I'm based at the moment is I'm up in a remote area, up a mountain in southern Spain, in Andalusia. And there are a few houses dotted around the mountains, not many people, and I'm here looking after Jack the dog. And I was taking Jack for his morning walk, and I was walking up the mountain, up a nice little track. And I don't often see many people. And yesterday I bumped into a woman who was driving down in her car, and she stopped and she introduced herself, and we had a very short chat. And this morning, as I was on my morning walk with Jack, the same woman appeared in her car, and she stopped and pulled over and had a chat with me. And she said, "Oh, we must meet up." She was heading off to Vienna, I think. And she said she was off to Vienna for a month because her husband lives over there. And she toos and fro's. 1 month she spends in Vienna, 1 month she spends here. So we had a nice little conversation. And in fact, when I first saw her in the car and she rolled down the window, I laughed. And I said, twice in 2 days, and she laughed as well, because like I say, you don't really bump into that many people up here. There's virtually no traffic on the tracks and the roads at all. So we had a laugh about that. And afterwards, when she drove away, we agreed we'd meet up for coffee when she gets back in May. And as she was driving away, I was smiling to myself as I was walking back down the track. And I was thinking about how different that encounter would have been in my drinking days. This morning, what happened was I was kind of naturally vivacious and naturally sparkling. This was first thing in the morning. I'd just got up. It was my pre-breakfast morning walk. And I felt great. There's a very light wind coming across the tops of the mountains. The sun's just starting to peek through the clouds. So there's a very kind of light sprinkling of sunshine coming over the hills. And Jack was bounding away, springing about in the undergrowth and the bushes and the hillsides. And I was just generally feeling good and sort of being grateful for all this stunning scenery around me and the fact that I get to live here for a while. And so just feeling generally great. And then when she came along in her car, I was just kind of naturally bubbly and chatty. And that was today's experience. And when I reflected on how that encounter would have gone in my early days, I thought, what a massive difference. Sorry, not early days, my drinking days. And I thought, what a massive difference there is between then and now. In those days, when I was drinking, for a start, well, there would have been quite a lot of differences, actually. One of those differences would have been that I wouldn't have been up at the crack of dawn, and in all likelihood, I wouldn't have been doing a pre-breakfast walk. And if I did do a pre-breakfast walk, if I'd have bumped into another person, I would have felt paranoid. I would have felt self-conscious. I would have worried about my breath, whether there were like stale alcohol fumes emanating from my body and my breath. I would have struggled to look someone in the eye because I would have been feeling a sense of shame, like somehow it was obvious that I had a problem and I didn't want people to know about that problem, and so I would have been feeling self-conscious. That would have affected my behaviour, and it would have affected the way that I came across. I certainly wouldn't have had the natural bubbly vivacity. I wouldn't have been sparkling and ready with humour and laughter as I was this morning. It would have been quite the opposite. It would have been a real effort for me to have got through a conversation with another person. And to start with, as I was walking, I wouldn't have been flushed full of the joy of the moment and the surroundings and being kind of present in the moment and just enjoying where I was and enjoying everything around me. I wouldn't have been doing that. There might have been elements of me that were enjoying certain aspects of it, but it wouldn't have been that all over feel good feeling. It would have been tempered by the alcohol that I was coming down from. And I was just reflecting on this and thinking, what a huge shift. And I forget that I've made this shift, because that seems so long ago now. And I also kind of related this to what I was saying in yesterday's vlog about social authenticity, because there's something in there about when I first, for years actually, when I was using alcohol, alcohol initially made me feel more bubbly and more vivacious and more sparkling, more sociable. But by the end of my relationship with alcohol, it was having the opposite effect. It was dulling down my sparkle. It was stopping that sparkle. In fact, I'd forgotten that I even had any sparkle. I thought the only way I could get any sparkle was through drinking. And of course, I've since discovered that that wasn't true at all. My sparkle was always there. The alcohol was actually blocking it. And I don't know if this resonates with any of you guys, but I thought I'd share it because, again, it's just kind of reassuring, I think, to have it pointed out to you what's possible. It's perfectly possible to shift from that place of that old approach of needing alcohol to bring out your natural sparkle, your natural vivacity, your social competence. But actually, when you remove alcohol from the equation and you give it some time and you develop a healthier relationship with yourself, your natural sparkle, your true authenticity shines through. And you find yourself in moments, you notice yourself in moments being more naturally yourself than you've been in years. And actually it actually works. Other people respond to it and you connect with people on a much more natural and authentic level. So that's my vlog for today. Something to think about, and do share if you have similar experiences or you can relate. If anything that I'm saying is resonating with you, do share in the support forum and let me know. In the meantime, let's go get sober together.